It appears to me more like a Christian gathering. I can see the speakers, the towers of the speakers. And I think they are worshiping. So, I see the visitation of the Lord inside the house of the Lord. And Kenya, stay out of this now, because this is bigger than Kenya. This is for all nations. Now, yesterday in Kampala, some pastor there may have been walking at the altar, preaching in the church while smoking. Follow me. While drinking some little liquor to entertain him. While lasting on some women who are badly dressed, sat in front and lifted leg like this for him to see. Follow me on this. While pronouncing prosperity and money and what? And kamunye, as we had. While giving false prophecy, false apostling, whatever you want to call it. While doing witchcraft, lies, deception. Yesterday in Kampala, in this church. While pocketing and saying, "Hi God, please bless me," like equals. But he's saying, hallelujah, that today, the fact that God the Father has decided to visit the house, but now Church of Christ in Uganda, do not come any closer. Pastor of Christ in Uganda, do not come any closer. Remove your sandals now. Don't you know that the house of the Lord has now become holy ground? Oh yes. Has now become holy ground. And right now, it don't matter what you did yesterday in this place. Grazing while pocketing, lasting at women, abortions in the worship team. Girls are full in his car. The wife is crying. The wife is saying, please don't humiliate us. Listen, do you remember you promised? You said you will not humiliate us. You remember when God called you, I told you to promise. But now they are full. People are talking. Women are talking in the church. Please remove girls from your car. No, I know what I am doing. You may have been doing that yesterday. And those girls, one of them knows more about you than your wife. She knows when your car needs to be serviced, when your clothes are coming from laundry. She's always in your office just doing a few things here. She's always calling, "Pastor, how are you? Are you in the office?" No, I want to stop by. We are having a lunch break. You may have been doing that yesterday in the house of Jehova, my God, my sender. However, today, child of God, God the Father, the owner of the house himself has come. Now, there is one overruling command. Take off those sandals. The sandals of immorality, please remove them from the house of the Lord in Kampala, in Mbarara, Kasese, in Toro, Lirakitgum, Arua, Soroti, Mbale, Iganga Jinja, Wandegea, Chotera, Kalisizo, Kakuto, Masaka, Mubende, Masindi, Kabale, Nebi, Kaberamaido, and Sebe is what? Kapchorwa also. Where? Zomo, Katakwi, and where? Alepdom, yes. Moroto, Kotido, and where? Yeah, in all those places. Please, now you can keep the sandals out of the house of the Lord. The sandals of lies. Now I'm listing the sandals. Lies. Just coming before the church and lying and say God spoke with you about a woman or widow, and God says you have money in which bank. And you know that time he has received information from counseling, right? Yeah, someone has released that you have this amount in this bank, right? So now that time he's giving a false prophecy, and he's saying that you should give that amount of money to him. And he's saying that, and you know when the women hear this, or the men, they run because they say, well, God has seen me. Please, the sandals of deception, remove them from the house of the Lord. The sandals of the false apostles that are full in Uganda, I don't deal with them. If they invite me to Uganda, I will not come. I have nothing to deal with them. The false prophets, those sandals of false prophets. Someone says he's a prophet, and is letting Uganda sink in the mud of sin. Then you need to hold him responsible, right? You say, do you mean God has been speaking with you all this time? And you let us be in sin? Until we went to Kenya is when we were told we have to change everything? Do you mean to tell me that God has been speaking with you and you didn't tell us? Then we hold you responsible because you almost pushed us to hell. Oh yes, that's what Kenyans said. And say, but if you're the prophet, then can you show us your revival? The sandals of the false prophets. And you know, for me, when I come to the false prophets, I have a sword. It's a whole different engagement. I think there's another side of me you need to know also. Yes, they come down. He brings them down. That's what I meant by the squelch of his feet. When he walks here, like that. You must feel it. The sandals of witchcraft in the church. The sandals of preaching US visa. The sandals of miniskirts in the church. Tight trousers, tight skirts, tight dresses, tight what? Open chest to show the pastor. Right now, I feel so complicated as I talk to you right now. Because I just introduced that piece of news, breaking news. Right now I feel complicated. Because I feel like now I am cleaning up the house. The sandals of special women. These are the women that stand with me. Don't touch them. They really stand with me. He said, Pastor, we will stand with you. We have decided to stand with you. And they are shelling big money, so you cannot touch those women in the church. I want to touch them and tell them that the kingdom of heaven is holy. and tell them that if this man is a pastor called by God, then you are not his provider.
Okay, thank you very much, beloved people.